Good morning from Istanbul. I need to get a wiggle on because we've got a train to catch, but today I am travelling to first to Ankara, and then we are taking an overnight sleeper train all the way west of Turkey to the city of Erzurum, and ultimately, after spending a night in Erzurum, we're heading to Kars. So this is called the Eastern Express, or the Doğu Express in Turkish, and I'm really excited to be on this train. I should say be back on this train because I have actually gotten it once before. I got it on my overland trip from Bali to London, but that was during the summer months, and in the winter it's meant to be even more magical. So I'm really excited to go on it and show you all of it. But first we need to get to Ankara because that's where the Doğu Express leaves from. Alright, we have arrived at the station. I can't remember the name of the station on top of the head. There's a lot in Istanbul, but I will write it in the description, and I will also write some instructions on how to take trains in Turkey because they're very easy, but it's good to know the right websites and stuff. So we are here and it's about 10 minutes until our train to Ankara. So yeah, it's just starting to get light. We're taking a 4-hour train to Ankara, and then it's not until this evening that we've got aboard the Eastern Express, which is the one that takes us all the way west in Turkey. Also, it was like £2 more to book business class for this leg, so that's what we've done. So we're on the high-speed train to Ankara, and this only takes about 4.5 hours. We were originally going to stay in Ankara tonight, but we decided not to. We decided to get the Eastern Express today, and that is for a very particular reason. If we get the Eastern Express today, we can stay in Erzurum, which is meant to be much snowier and just a bit more, I don't know, somewhere a bit different. I've already been to Ankara twice, and it's alright. There's good museums there and things, but it's no Istanbul, and it's also nice to go somewhere else. I feel like I've seen everything in Ankara now. So that is the plan. But we had to book this train separately because you can't book them like together. Like, it's the Eastern Express, it's a completely different thing. So we have like a 6 or so hours in between when we arrive. Actually, I think 5 hours or so between when we arrive in Ankara and when we have to leave Ankara. So plenty of time, and this should get us there with loads and loads of time to spare. So I think the plan is, falling over, just to go to a cafe or something and get some work done before our Eastern Express journey begins. I am in the train toilet, so let's just do a quick toilet tour. So this is a very nice and modern train, and it's a very nice and modern toilet. We've got a sink, toilet, paper. It's still quite early on in the journey, but it is very clean, so that is good. Thumbs up from me. But yeah, these high-speed trains are really good. They're very modern, very like, just everything's very functional. You get some, with business class at least, you get some food and coffee, and business class was literally like £2 more, so we thought that was worth doing. And they're very cheap as well. I'll put on the screen how much it costs, I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, very affordable and just very high quality, like way nicer than trains in the UK. Alright, touchdown Ankara. So that was 4.5 hours, I think. Very comfortable, high-speed train. It was very good. The old trains, I feel like they used to take about 8 hours, but I don't think they even exist anymore. I think all of the trains are these high-speed ones. I did once take a bus from Ankara to Istanbul, and that took all night, so it's nice to be able to just get there in the morning and be here just after lunchtime. I did actually eat my lunch on the train though. We went on a Syrian food tour yesterday, so we had some leftover breads and some like cakes and stuff, so I kind of ate them on the train, and now I'm just having a coffee. We've come to Caribou Cafe, and they've got these little sleeves for their hot drinks with some really nice travel focused quotes on, so that's a nice little touch. And gonna just sit here and do a bit of work for a few hours, I think. Probably try and get something hot to eat before we get on the train, just in case the restaurant car doesn't have food. But I think we might just get something small in the hope that there will be something to eat on the restaurant car, and then yeah, then we're going to board the train. So as I mentioned, if you've never been to Ankara before, it is worth spending a day here to see the museums, to see the Ataturk mausoleum, etc. But it's not somewhere that you'd go back to again and again, in my personal opinion. Istanbul just has a vibe, and it just has so much going on. Like, I would happily keep going back to Istanbul, and I mean not even go to any attractions, just keep going back and eating and enjoying the atmosphere and everything. But for me, Ankara is not like that, so we're probably just going to stay in the station and wait for our connection. Now, this is probably as good a time as any to tell you about the Eastern Express and what it actually is. So if you've never heard of it, the Eastern Express is a long train journey that travels from Ankara, the capital of Turkey, all the way to Kars, which is a city in eastern Turkey, not too far from the Georgian border. The train takes 26 hours. It is notoriously difficult to get tickets for, not historically, but these days, because it's suddenly become fairly popular with tourists, although quite a lot of people still don't know about it. It's become fairly popular with tourists, and it is very difficult to get tickets for. So we are actually doing the whole journey in a seat. So we're sleeping tonight in a seat, which, as I did a night bus 2-3 nights ago, I'm feeling pretty tired. I'm quite jet lagged as well, so that's going to be interesting. Now, I have actually done the Eastern Express before. I did it on my trip from Bali to London without flying, but I did it in the summer months, and actually it's meant to be much better in the winter. Not that it was amazing when I did it, like it was absolutely beautiful, but it's meant to be even more incredible in the winter when there is snow, because this part of Turkey is very snowy. So I'm really excited. Another interesting fact about the Eastern Express is it's actually, nowadays they've started a tourist focused Eastern Express because it did get so popular with tourists. So they've started this tourist train where it has 2 scheduled stops and 2 like excursions on the stops, but the tickets from the tourist Eastern Express start from €200. Now, to put things into perspective, when I did the Eastern Express last time, I was in a sleeper cabin and I paid €12. So that's wildly different. They are more expensive in the winter months anyway, and I think they've, this was 5 years ago, so they've gone up since then anyway, but that is just a wild difference. So we didn't want to get the tourist Eastern Express, especially because I'm saying starting at €200, like they can go up to 300, 400 euros just for a ticket. So we were always going to do this, the public Eastern Express, because we were hoping to get a sleeper cabin for €100 between the 2 of us. Another thing is you can't share the cabin with someone of the other gender unless you rent out the whole cabin, basically. So we would have had to do that, and that would have cost us €100. But obviously that's not too bad. That's €50 each. That's certainly not 200 plus euros. But anyway, we weren't able to get tickets for the sleepers because they sell so quickly. It's like getting Glastonbury tickets. So we've ended up with 2 seats. Nonetheless, even if I don't get much sleep, I'm sure it will still be very beautiful, and I'm sure it will still be well worth doing. Ever since I did this in the summer, I've been saying I've been wanting to do it in the winter. So I'm sure we will absolutely love it. I think that's the restaurant cart. Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, in Mexico.
We have boarded the train. It's about 40 minutes before it leaves. It does have a restaurant cart, but last time I was on this train, they ran out of everything apart from like cuppa soup, lentil soups. So I did have a couple of them, but this time we have got a few more supplies just in case. But we are going to try and eat in the restaurant cart if we can. We found like a really nice stall in the modern part of Ankara station, and they sold, I can't remember what it's called, Rich did tell me, but it's like a wrap with it's like the original vegetarian fake meat, but it's like something that people have been eating here for like centuries. So we got one of those in a wrap, and got some baklava as well, and then a few other snacks from the supermarket. So that's all good. Now we've boarded the train, found our seats. The seats look spacious, the seats, but I think after the night they're probably going to feel probably going to wish I was in a sleeper. I mean, I'm already wishing I was in a sleeper, but yeah, just too expensive and too difficult to get tickets this time. So hopefully this will be alright. It looks at least comfier than the night bus I was on a couple of nights ago, so that is good. I feel like yours goes further back than mine. Oh, I decided that I needed the toilet, but the toilets here are closed and the other ones are the other side of the station. I've got 20 minutes, but I get anxious with this kind of thing. I don't think I want to leave it, so I guess I'm just going to have to hold for 20 minutes. Alright. The joys of travelling with an overactive bladder. Back up we go. What's this called again? Shikofta. And it's a bulgur wheat meat alternative. Okay. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's tasty. It's Turkish. It's like the OG seitan. Hopefully you can hear me. Quick toilet tour. It is a squatty. I don't mind them, I've used them a lot in previous travels, but I think there are some seated toilets as well, but this is the closest one to us, so I'll have a little look at the other end of the carriage and see if there's a seated one there. And then, yeah, pretty basic. The lock also doesn't work, which is not ideal. Not as nice as the toilet on the high-speed train earlier, but I will go and investigate and see if I can find another type of toilet as well. Alright, we've come to the food cart. I think we're just having tea for now, but let's see what food there is. Although I ate my wrap and some baklava, so I don't feel that hungry, but we'll see what there is. Always good to know, but yeah, definitely plenty of chai, tea. I wanted to do my skincare on the train because if I get properly unready for bed, I feel like I will sleep better. So I am currently taking my makeup off and doing my skincare routine while on a very much moving train. So we'll see how this goes. So first up, it's my micellar water. Let's take my makeup off. Then we're doing a cleanser. This one. It's not too bad actually. I'm sitting on the toilet and I've got the camera set up here and the sink is just to the left of me, so it's not too bad. It's actually not that shaky. Don't feel like there's any real chance of my camera falling down, which is always good. Skin and me. There we go, skincare is done. Now just to brush my teeth. Electric toothbrush and my nighttime routine is done. Fully in myself in a seated carriage and big issue, well, medium-sized issue I guess. I don't think they're going to terrorise me for a stop. I can see them in the morning. Good night. Good morning, hopefully you can hear me. It's rather noisy in here, but I have found a much larger bathroom where I'm going to get ready, and this is actually way better for changing in and everything. Just going to get changed and sort my face out, and then I will update you on the night. Alright, so my skincare routine and makeup are done. And feeling a lot fresher now than I was when I first woke up. Yeah, it's not the best sleep in those seated cabins. It's never going to be the best sleep. And there was I tried to go to sleep about 11, and then I dozed for a bit, and then at 1:30 there was a stop at Kayseri, which is not too far from Cappadocia, and a lot of people got on there and it was very noisy. That definitely woke me up a bit, but after that I did actually sleep pretty straight until about 6. Woke up again, dozed again for another couple of hours. So I have had some sleep. It's not as bad as it could be, but I know I would have slept better if I had a cabin with a bed. I'm a bit gutted about that because it just elevates your sleep and train experience just having your own cabin. It's just the most coziest, like wholesomest thing ever. But never mind, there's plenty more sleep trains to take all around the world, and I will definitely have a cabin for some of them. So yeah, woke up probably about 8 and then went to do all my face stuff and put my makeup on and everything, and I feel like quite awake now, and I think we're going to head down to the restaurant cabin to see if we can get some breakfast there. We do have some emergency rations if we can't, because I think, well, from last time I was on this train there was only cuppa lentil soups. I remember just having like 3 of those, and my friend who also took this train this way, she told me to take some supplies as well, so I think quite often there can be no supplies, but we're going to see if we can get something for breakfast, at least get maybe some tea or coffee, and then if worse comes to worse we can just eat what we have with us. So we're going to do that. Scenery wise, woke up and it was really snowy, although actually it's gotten less snowy now. It's yeah, a little bit different terrain, but hopefully we'll get a bit more snow. It's very, very beautiful. You see the mountains, there's a frosty hill up there, so it's definitely like verging on snow frost, but it's not like covered in snow at the moment, which I think sometimes it is. From the weather forecast it seems like the temperatures have been varying, sort of hovering around freezing, so we should definitely get some patches of snow. Obviously, if you don't know, I am vegetarian as well, which also adds another layer of complexity to getting food on these sleeper trains, so we should go and see what there is. So vegetarian or no vegetarian, apparently there is no food, so it's a good job we brought some supplies. Can't get through these doors. So we have böreğs, which are a Turkish pastry with spinach and cheese in, I believe, and then I've just got a little cake which is from the snack pack we got on our train from Istanbul to Ankara yesterday. So we're going to have these for breakfast. Definitely not the healthiest breakfast, but we'll take what we can have. Then we bought some bread and cheese and olives for lunch, so a lot of stodge, not much fruit or veg, but yeah, like I say, we'll have what we've got, and then hopefully we'll be able to get something a bit tastier once we arrive into Erzurum later today. These doors are always so difficult to open. Ooh, there we go. Particular. No. Fell asleep for a minute and I think I just smudged my mascara in the process. Oh, so we are not too far from Erzurum now. That is our next stop, and this is where we're getting off this leg of the train, but we are getting back on the same train tomorrow to go to finish the journey to Kars, but we're going to see some of the sights of Erzurum tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get out so much today. We're pretty tired, so I think we're probably just going to find our hotel, find some dinner, a nice hot meal, and yeah, get a very early night. But we have got most of the day tomorrow to explore Erzurum. Not too much to report for the rest of the train journey today. It's been very chill, just been, yeah, like doing bits and bobs. I actually have edited this video so far and done a few other little bits of work, and then went to the restaurant car this morning. I think I videoed that. Other than that, just been chilling in the seat, doing a few little walk arounds, looking at the scenery. Obviously that's the main attraction. Like, it has been really beautiful. Not quite as snowy as I thought it would be. I did think it would be a little bit snowier given it's literally January, but it still has been very, very nice. So yeah, that is pretty much all there is to report. Oh, and the loveliest man sitting opposite from us, he started chatting to us and asked us like what we were doing, where we're from, etc. He could speak good English, and then he just offered us this full plate of food that him and his family had brought with them, and yeah, it had vine leaves, like stuffed sun-dried tomatoes, and then böreğ, which is like the pastry they do with spinach. It was all vegetarian as well. Just so nice of them. This brings me back to my time travelling by train in Central Asia as well, because people are so friendly there and they always offer food and offer like drinks, and you know, are just really, really hospitable. I love this aspect of it's Turkish culture, but it's also like Central Asian culture. It's just so friendly and hospitable. And I guess as well, when you're in a cabin, it is nice having a private cabin, but you don't meet people. And if we had a cabin, it would just be a cabin, just the two of us. So there is that as well. So I guess, yeah, it is nice to be in these kind of more communal areas, sometimes to meet people. Actually, the ones in China, the sleeper trains in China that I always used to get on, were literally just a huge cabin of just bunk beds, and it was like 3 bunk beds, like 3-tier bunk beds, and then there was just loads of them in a cabin. So you did still have a bed, and you could still get a decent night's sleep, but it was also quite social as well, so that was quite nice. Anyway, just looking at the frozen landscape.
Listen to the snow.
Woo! We made it. Hi, it's the next morning. Last night we just came and checked into our hotel, and then we went downstairs to the restaurant that's attached to the hotel and had some food there. It was really good. We had like stuffed vine leaves, salad, this like mushroom and vegetable dish, quite healthy stuff, which was good. And I decided I'm going to split this up into 2 videos because this one is already quite long. So do stay tuned for part 2. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!